necessary, like, because, like, I think we've talked about it before, so on one of this, but like, it's just not natural to me. Like, I don't want to be caught.
I don't think you ever see me collecting a guy's number. I would not.
Yeah.
It's not pride. It's just.
Yeah, it's just not something I'm used
But
to.
you collect it somehow. I'll make you.
But yeah, one way or the
Yeah,
other,
wait.
you always get it. Why they laugh?
She don't talk before now. Say she has a method. Say she
Oh, okay.
methodically gets you to.
But that's even cool, Seth. I think I like that indirect approach. Yeah.
Why?
I like
I'm
that.
helping you like someone
Because
with courage.
no, the
Because I know you
indirect,
want it.
yeah, the indirect approach is that at least you've made the first move.
Yes.
So I made you know, but like I'm not asking for your
I mean,
number.
we've been seeing each other from afar, and then you just know that little person.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Oh,
Actually, it could be fun.
Mixed signals will come up. You know, timing, everything could just
It
go wrong.
could be fun.
Especially when
see,
Oh, but it's usually fun, Sha.
like loving or liking this person.
Some of the fun, some of the fun things that
first.
like me, I said that me, I don't ask for anybody's number. So like, well, I've had like a couple of situations where they now went to look for me on social media and be like, this guy, like we met, you didn't want. I'm like, oh, so you found me on Twitter or you found me wherever it is that you found me and you're sending me. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And you're still not going to ask, okay, but I'll give you my number.
I want to ask that. I want to give you
Yes,
five.
you ask.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, I feel you need to ask.
Okay. Okay. I get to take that notion because I need to talk.
Please start, because I don't even. I said I don't even understand what Larry was saying. So I think either you understand that you can start. Are you a feminist?
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah. You don't like
I just
the tag?
believe in equality. I don't even think there should be a thing about having male superiority or female superiority or the need for a female to want to meet up to a guy standard, because it should not even be a thing at all. To me, it shouldn't be a thing. I don't know. Okay, the only way you should look at a man and a woman is the fact that I'm a man and I'm a woman. Like, we have different genitals
But biologically
different, but not like, okay, you have better capabilities than I am.
Yeah, but the thing about feminism is that in the first place, it's not even about superiority.
It's not about It's not about superiority.
Even though some people have that wrong notion
like,
that we're talking about female superiority or feminine superiority, but that's like it's more about striving for equality.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the more important thing. So that's when you were saying that you're not about it's about like, okay, just like Larry was saying, then it's even more than all these. You get pay parity. Let's have the same pay, or let's have the same roles or anything. Just basically treat a woman as well as you treat a man.
Exactly. Like,
do you understand?
Like human being, like read yourself. It's just love. Let's love each other.
How like some people say that like it's more about humanity than even feminism,
or gender,
or anything about gender really. Like, but when you think about it in terms of humanity, it's about you're looking at the person as a human. So that's what I'm treating. I'm not looking at you as a man. I'm not looking at you as a woman. Yeah. But I think when it now comes to things about like capabilities, if we're really going to be honest, because of those biological differences, sometimes don't you think that we get female capabilities don't always match up to male?
What do you mean by
now I'm not even talking that. Now I'm not talking about mental capability or intellectual.
Okay.
For example, physical. I think physical is like one, and I think that's where that whole weaker sex term comes from.
So you have 2 bones. I have 1.
Oh, is that?
My mama used to say that you guys have 2 bones and you have 1
bones
somewhere. I can't remember. Maybe in your hand or something, or 2 weak bones. But the man has 1 very strong bone. I can't remember how she puts it.
I never heard that.
But when it comes to strength, well, I can agree.
Physical strength, I
can agree. But there are also some very strong ladies too. You have ladies going to the gym and trying to work their, lady power or manpower, whatever it is.
In some contexts, they're actually stronger than some men.
Yes, there are also some, in quotes, weak men, like they can't carry a thing, and ladies that can. So I think it's still the same thing. Like while there are some very strong women, and also very strong men as well. So it still wraps around the same, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that it doesn't have to do with like the gender.
Yeah.
It could really just
be your person. Like, okay, this is what I like to do. I like to go to gym to feel strong. Like, I want to have huge biceps. I want to look like a man. then
yeah,
that comes into like looking like a man. Why do you want to look like a man in the first place?
that's like a whole different conversation.
I know,
It's
right?
really about changing your sex
Yeah, the way you
and
look.
all of that. That's like a different. That's getting
That's
into like the
that's
queer
psychological. I would
conversation.
like to say, very honest.
Yeah.
But then again, so I have three brothers,
Mm.
and I'm the only female child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm the second child. So that means I have two younger brothers. So well, as per a lady in the house now, you have to do chores. But there's something I'm
You have to.
always fighting for. Is that
You do all the chores.
no, I don't do the chores.
Scared.
But you know that in some houses,
Yeah.
because okay, this is the lady, or let's say assume there are like three ladies and there's just one guy, and the one guy is like maybe the middle child. He's old enough to do chores,
Yeah, he is.
but because he's a guy, they will
They
leave him out
exempt
of.
him. Yeah.
Why?
From that. Like I always say, I think that's more like a traditional thing. I think that happens more in like the more traditional
Yeah.
settings of families.
Yeah.
Yeah, more traditional families where, and the thing about it that it comes down from the fathers, even where there's no father or father figure sometimes, even mothers. That's the thing about it. Yes, even sometimes women they enhance that patriarchal system as well. So yeah, it doesn't even necessarily have to be fathers. Even mothers sometimes they'll be like, oh, he's a guy now. Then you guys are three girls.
Exactly.
Like, you guys can actually carry
Yes.
the whole this thing. And the thing about it is that you're passing down, you get bad patriarchal tendencies because that's the kind of man that you are raising who feels entitled.
You get, and he's going to
not.
grow in that same mindset
Do you understand?
and raise children like
raise
that
children,
too,
get
except if-
married, and feel that okay, he should sit back while
Yeah.
his wife does all the work
work.
and all of that. So when
pretty sad.
that's why sometimes when you even think about some of like the dangers of patriarchy, I won't say you won't blame the people because the thing about the people is that you can always unlearn all of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of information
Especially this
everywhere.
generation.
Yeah, there's a lot. But the thing about it is that it comes down from how they were raised. You get however it is they were raised, whether by the church,
Yeah.
sorry to say, or the mosque. So let's just say the religious system, because we know there's
Yeah.
also a lot of patriarchy, there. Then also by the society as well. We know the society also
cannot even be overemphasized.
Do you understand?
So many notions coming from society that
a lot.
we can't even
And
change.
you know, in Africa, how they say it takes a
Yes.
village to raise a child.
Yeah.
So you're not raising your child alone.
alone.
Your neighbors, everybody. So everybody is like imbuing it in that child that you're the man. You get
That's the man.
take charge.
You can't cry.
You get all these. You are now the man of the house. Maybe
Yeah.
father passes. All these. You are now the.
Yeah.
Why can't the girl? Why can't the girl be the man of the house? Do you understand? Why can't a first daughter, for example, be the man of the house? So there are a whole lot of things like then school. You get as well. Very subtly, school too does that thing. Yeah, teaching all these roles. So, but you're lucky.
How?
I don't know. I think they don't leave you to do all the work.
Yeah,
I
guess
know
I'm
some
lucky.
people that there are three boys like that. One girl.
Like I had to voice out.
Yeah, I think also because
I
they
had
are
to-
older than two.
Yes.
Or them, so I think age
Yeah,
was also a
yeah,
very important
true,
factor
true,
as well.
true.
So yeah,
As a man and your wife, you're not equals.
yeah. Is it when it comes to pay?
Not even pay, like I'm the man of the house. I am.
Did he say that?
That's what he said. I was.
That's why I did hear that.
That's what he said. Like
that's BS.
that's really bad. Like I don't think that mindset should ever even exist.
But we know it does.
Yeah, it does.
We know it does.
But
And
we can't find people in our generation having that
very-
kind of
Are you
mindset.
serious? A lot.
That's dangerous.
A
Like
lot.
who's going to get married to people like that? I pity them.
There are a lot. And the thing about it, the thing about this thing is also there are a lot of also environmental factors as well. For example, where you are raised, we can say that we don't have that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
Because we are more exposed to some of this new information that we're talking about. So we unlearned a lot of things, and we are also not learning some of those old, toxic masculinity
toxic.
things. Yeah, you get very toxic. But there are some
Very
people that
toxic.
are not. For example, you go into like the hinterlands of Ibadan.
Okay.
Yeah, although where they call inside Ibadan, or for example in Lagos, like Isale Eko now.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It doesn't matter if you are of this generation coming after us. They still believe there are a lot of things I can't even start talking about on camera. You get that I see, even up until even to physical violence as well. So they still feel that they are above any man, any woman. Do you understand? As young as maybe like 10, yeah, getting into your teens. So it's still a very, I think it's also about environment as well. Yeah, how you are raised, where you grow up, the kind of exposure that you have as well. I think
But
all
I
those
feel
things
like
are.
I really want to hear somebody in that with that kind of mindset express themselves. 'Cause I want to really know, like, what's going on with your head. Like, why do you think you are superior to this woman? Why is it because she's a woman, or because she looks fragile, or you think that she can't do certain things? Like, I just want to know why. Like,
That's
I really can't
this.
put myself in their shoes, because I can't seem to wrap my head around the fact that, okay, this person thinks that, okay, I am less of a
Funny enough,
person.
they can't rationalize it when you ask them. That's why I said it's just how they've been conditioned.
Oh
You
wow.
get, it's just how they've been raised. Like they see it happen within the home. They go outside the home, on the streets, in the society. They see it happen as well. They see a lot of intimidation
Yeah.
of women, and they feel it's normal. You get, so when you ask them that, oh, why are you, when you are now grown, you get to marry, why are you treating your wife like this, or
Yeah.
why are you treating your daughters, you get this way, or treating your girlfriends this way as well? They can't explain. The only thing they will tell you is that she's a woman. You get, and she
She's a woman
deserves,
now. Like,
and she deserves, you get, to be treated. So, if only, I mean, what I always just think is that how do you get through to those kind of people? And that's some of the problems.
it's going to be hard.
Yeah, that's some
Because
of the
they're
problems
grown.
that I have with like the new wave feminism. Even apart from new wave feminism, with a lot of feminisms, you get,
Yeah.
there's a lot of theorizing. You get, people are writing papers, people are talking about it in academic terms, people are arguing on social media. How many people are actually reaching out to people that have those kind of mindsets to change it? And that's basically what social engineering is about. How many people are reaching out to all those guys that are growing up in those places that don't have that kind of information? So that's the problem usually that I have when people say that, oh, they are feminists, they are this, they are that. Many of them are not doing the work that they are supposed to do. They're just
They're
arguing.
raging.
Yeah.
Everybody's
They're just, there's
angry.
a lot of militant
But I can't
feminism.
really
You guys
blame
are,
them. I don't really know where they're coming from. Like, I don't know how hot
well,
they've
true, yeah.
been.
There's that.
And to change people like that is going to be very hard, because something that you grew up with, something that you see as a norm, how would you just change that person's personality, except if the person does not really believe in it? It's just doing it as it comes. So it's going to be really, really, really hard.
What method are you even going to use? Because I'm thinking about it, with, like, for example, this is just an example of like preaching the gospel now. Like, you can always go to a community and be like, oh, I've come with the
Yeah.
gospel, I'm evangelizing. Are you going to evangelize feminism? I was like, I was thinking about it. Because, first of all, if you're saying social media or the internet, many of them don't have access to the internet. Many of them don't really care. They feel social media is not a real place, and it actually is not a real place. It's virtual. You get,
Virtual.
so many of them don't have these.
Just a space.
Do you get, it's just some space in there. They don't have the kind of access that we have.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So how do you reach this? Are you going to preach to them evangelism style or what? So that, like, thing is always, I mean, I feel those are the people that actually need it the most.
Who?
That's the people. I don't. Okay, let's just say the lower
Like,
classes.
okay.
Yeah, let's say the lower class. If you're looking at it, in a class sense now,
Yeah.
the lower classes, those are people that, where you find, even though it's not as if you won't find some very misogynistic people or find patriarchal systems in upper classes too, you find though, but because of things like, for example, lack of education, get
There's
ignorance,
no
and
proper
you
exposure.
find it more in like
Yeah.
the lower classes. So how do you
I guess when
reach
they
those
meet to
guys?
people that already have like the other side of the mindset, because again, it's going to be very hard. You know, when you already know that, okay, this is how to spell, but then somebody tells you that because that word is, there's something wrong with the word, you went to this place and they said that, okay, something's wrong,
So we should
and then
change
you
it.
change it to some of that. It's going to be very, very hard to change
Yeah.
that kind of mentality. So I just feel like, okay, maybe after some lessons that have been learned, maybe you mix with people that proper exposure, basically enlightenment.
But how much mixing even happens with those people? That's,
Exactly. They marry among
do
themselves.
you understand? That's what I'm saying.
They
They
don't go
interact
far
among
further.
themselves.
Yeah.
Like, basically, you get all of that. Maybe like about, and this is just a random, maybe about 5% or something ever. You get, make it
Live.
out, yeah,
Yeah.
and mix above their classes.
But that's sad though.
Max, they'll probably get to maybe like the lower middle classes.
But it won't be a problem then if they are just among themselves. It's when they come into the world and they bring
And
their,
propagate
that's when it
the.
becomes a problem. But if they're just among themselves, I guess it's okay.
No, it's not okay.